Welcome back. We're thankful to have,
Abbi Kaeb.
Josiah and Abbi Kaeb.
yes, two houseparent kids. Obviously not houseparent kids anymore. So we're going to take a journey down memory lane, if that is all right with you guys. So first of all, Abby, how old are you?
I am 14.
14. And so take us back, like how old were you when you first came to Gateway?
I was 4 years old,
Okay.
so 10 years ago.
So what was kind of your first impression of Gateway Woods?
I don't know, probably a big place. And I was like, oh, this looks fun. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think. So some of my kids are right around that age, and they see the world. It's like so big, and things are
Yeah.
happening. So I can't imagine at 4 years old coming to Gateway Woods at the first time, because it is a big place and there's a lot of stuff happening. So, Josiah, how old are you?
I would have been about 6 years old, so a young lad.
Okay. So, very good. So, had you heard of Gateway Woods at all before?
I don't think so. I think we're too young to hear about it. So all we knew is we were moving out to Leo. Something about my parents getting a new job, and so I remember we got that first tour around. So it was kind of like, oh, okay. So like, kind of getting familiar with the place, as getting the tour a little bit for the house and stuff. So, yeah.
Very good. So, I know you're really into basketball now. So, as a 6-year-old, is that something that you're into, or did it take a little time?
I mean, I didn't necessarily love basketball the same way I love it now back then, but I had a general like enjoy for it. So I'd play it. I'd like shoot hoops here and there, like quite often as a house parent kid. So
Yeah.
it's fun.
Yeah, when we were house parents, it was really kind of at the tail end of your guys' stay. But it was really cool to see how your parents house parented, and it really kind of formulated a model for us. And one thing that your dad said is he really tried to be intentional to give you guys one-on-one time throughout the week.
Yeah.
So you didn't feel left behind. Because a lot of times house parents spend a lot of time, obviously, with the residents. and
Yeah.
Maybe you feel neglected. Was that kind of difficult trying to share time with your parents?
I mean, I don't know. Being younger, I wasn't like as super crazy about like, whoa, family time. But I still love my parents and stuff, but
Sure.
it wasn't the same as like I really wanted family time. But I enjoyed being with my family and stuff. I mean, there's a little bit. It was kind of like I wish I could have a little bit more time with my family and parents, but overall it was fine for me because I just got to play with friends a lot. So
Yeah.
there's a little more freedom. So it was one of the nice things about that.
So, being on campus with a lot of kids, what is a fun memory that you have?
Fun memory. Probably one of the house parent trips that we
Okay.
had to go on. That was fun.
Where'd you guys go, or what?
We went to Michigan one of the times, and that was probably one of my favorites. Was the Michigan trip, and that memory was when we went on a pontoon boat, and then we had too many people, so like it overflowed, so like we had to like turn around and come back. So that was fun. But,
That sounds pretty exciting. Like maybe kind of terrifying.
yeah, we didn't make it that far.
Very good. Well, especially a pontoon, they don't go very fast anyway. So.
Yeah.
So like when you're actually on campus, what was kind of your favorite place to go with your friends?
Probably we hung out a lot at Oak House
Okay.
in the play area.
Oh, the sandbox
Yeah,
there behind,
sandbox.
yeah.
That's where we hung out the most, probably.
Very good.
So.
What about you, Josiah?
It kind of varied. I mean, sometimes we'd like scooter around the track, ride bikes. Sometimes we'd be in the barn. Sometimes we'd be over at our house. Sometimes we'd be over at like Oak House or something. Because I was really the only kid my age I think was Caden Hodel.
Okay.
Really the only kid around my age, so we'd play a lot of times. So he was kind of my buddy for a couple of years on the campus.
Yeah.
So it kind of varied. We weren't like at one spot all the time, but we're kind of a little bit everywhere. So sometimes the woods and stuff. So it's
Very good.
Mm-hmm.
So did every time like you just disappear and your parents get kind of worried, or was it kind of a mutual understanding?
I think it was probably more of a mutual understanding because of all the roaming. I mean, there's to an extent it was kind of like they probably were worried a little bit because if we're like too late, which they tried to like let us know like, hey, you should be back pretty early and stuff, so it wouldn't be out super late. So
So was it pretty formal, like you had to ask to step out, or was it kind of like,
I don't think so. I
Okay.
think we're just like, I'd probably like yell at them, be like, hey, I'm going over to Oak House, and like leave or something like that.
very cool. So now kind of being outside of Gateway Woods formally, obviously your parents still work here. How has your perspective changed of Gateway Woods?
it's changed a ton because you go from being like kind of annoying younger sibling to like, well, at least my position being more like friends with them because I used to go on like Tuesdays and stuff and play basketball and get to know them at church sometimes. So it's like I'm developing more of a friendship nowadays compared to I was just kind of a sibling back then. So it was kind of like it was a lot different and stuff. And now I kind of understand, some of the positions they grew up in, like some of the backstories they have, and maybe some of the reasons why they do this or that. Because I remember when I was a younger kid, I'd think some of them like, how in the world are they here? Like they're a bad kid. Like I was too young to really understand stuff. So it's just kind of cool how my understanding and perspective has changed as I grow older, and I learn more about the Bible and Christ, and my relationship grows with God, and as get to know more residents and kind of more about Gateway and stuff. So it's good.
Very good. What about you?
I don't really know. I got to know one of the girl residents, and that was really cool. That's all I can think of.
Very good. Yeah, I mean, we have the unique opportunity. We go to church, and Gateway Woods is just really right here. So whether it's residents or house parent families, new house parent kids that are coming, we have that opportunity to have these relationships still, and that's what's really cool. Even for me, not being a house parent anymore, just being able to connect with old house parents and kind of having that connection. So likewise for you guys, you have the real opportunity when new house parent kids come, maybe making them feel comfortable and kind of, hey, I've been in your shoes.
Yeah.
This is a really cool thing to do, or have you tried this yet, or kind of that. So I would encourage you guys, you could still be involved in that facet as well. So kind of moving forward, what grade are you in school?
8th.
8th
I'm
grade?
a sophomore in high school.
Okay. Do you have big plans for post-high school?
I mean, right now I'm working at Paragon Landscaping, so
Okay.
I'm thinking about doing that through my high school years, and then after that, seeing where the Lord leads me. But I mean, kind of hoping to work here at Gateway as either maybe a counselor or a maybe house parent. One of those two seem the most I'd fit best with. But
Okay.
I mean, whatever happens, But I mean, I have to work a little bit harder at school if I want to be able to have to go to college to go to counseling. So I have to change some things if I really want to do that. So
Good goals. So 8th grade, what are you most excited about high school?
I don't know, probably getting my driver's license.
Okay.
So, get a roam free and all that. But,
Very good. So what is going to be your first car, or what's your dream car?
I don't know yet. Probably just a smaller car, not a van or anything like that, or a truck. Just simple.
My first car was a 90 Mercury Sable.
wow.
Piece of junk. So it's no shame in having a kind of a junker clunker for your first car to get your feet wet.
Yeah.
Then you could always get a nicer car down the road.
Mm-hmm.
So, very good. So, Josiah, what's one of your favorite memories just from Gateway?
Well, as a time being a house parent, I remember one time we went with our house to ice skating rink. So that was hilarious because a couple of our house residents, two of them, at least 2 or 3, were like awful at it. So they're like flailing over the place and grabbing onto each other and pulling each other down. It was just really comical to make jokes with them and just see that. And there's some that are doing really well and some that were just doing awful. But it was just kind of funny to kind of do it together. So it was just fun.
Those are fun memories. I remember, residents would show me a lot of new things, and obviously you'd show them new things as well. But it was just kind of a fun to grow and learn together.
Definitely.
So what would be some advice you would have for, obviously we have need for house parent families, and with that, there's probably kids. So what would be advice either for the house parents or for the kids that are maybe coming or hopefully coming in the future?
Wanna go first?
I have no clue.
I guess more for house parents. I mean, I wasn't in the role of house parent, but I was a house parent kid. But I would suggest something along the lines of like, make sure you just pour out your love and understanding on kids, because you can't like come in there and kind of like boss them around, kind of, and be like shove the Bible down their throats. You know, you gotta learn and grow with them and kind of help nurture them and show them the right way, and just being calm, peaceful, understanding, loving. And it's not always gonna be calm or peaceful. There'll be times where obviously I've heard stories with my parents that they've had like physical altercations with residents a time or two, and there's sometimes where it can get kind of intense and scary, but just trusting God through all of it and really showing love and understanding through relationships.
Yeah. What about you, Abby?
Mine would probably go to the kids. I don't know what though, but I'm trying to think.
Yeah, it's fine. I mean, I think the biggest advice probably for kids is just, you know, you're going to have fun, and it I think can be hard moving away, but sometimes it's not forever. For you guys, it kind of has been forever.
Yeah, definitely.
Which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but you're going to make new friends. It's a new community, it's new opportunities, and think of it too, it's a ministry that you're serving as a family.
Yeah.
And I think for the kids, they have just as much of an important, vital role as the parents in this ministry. Whether you're a little baby, you just really can be therapy for some of these kids, or kids that are kind of the more of the peer-to-peer relationship, or even little kids. I mean, therapy, most of our kids were little or babies, and the residents really enjoyed that interaction. So, is there anything else you guys would like to add? I really enjoyed just talking with you guys.
I mean, it's just kind of cool to see, you know, how God's blessed me and worked through me to kind of change my perspective and kind of goal, I guess, kind of to what I want to kind of how serve God. Just getting to know residents more and kind of, you know, pour out love to them as I'm coming to realize more and more that, you know, there are a lot of broken people that come from broken pasts, and some people just need friends, and, you know, just being there to be a friend, encourage them, and just not judge them for who they are, because some residents, you know, really want attention, so sometimes they feel like they have to be someone else. So if you just kind of show them love and peace and stuff, and they feel more comfortable with you around them, and you can just be a good friend to be there for them, and just, you know, change their lives and hopefully let God do the rest of the work. So
Yeah, amen.
I don't have anything.
Okay, well, thanks, guys.
thank you.
And as always, tune in every Wednesday for more episodes of Inside Gateway. You can go to our YouTube page, and I think there's probably like 51, 52 episodes there. So if you want to go on a rabbit trail on YouTube, it's a fun place to go, Inside Gateway channel. Otherwise, we do have openings still, needs for prayer. Financially, we have Willowbridge in full swing, so you can learn about that on our website, see how you would want to give. We're looking for skilled laborers or volunteers for different kind of carpentry, finishing work. Again, I don't know all the details with that, but there's opportunities for anyone and everyone. So we appreciate it, and we will talk to you soon.